Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all well. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make one of these triangle peyote earrings with the gap in the middle, which we're going to fill with a accent bead. So this is what it looks like. It's double-sided. So to make one of these earrings you're going to need some size 11 Miyuki Delica beads. It's important to use the Delica beads because they stack together perfectly to make this triangle. Round seed beads will physically work, but the shape won't be quite the same. So Delica beads, if you've got them, are going to be the best for this. So you'll need 3 colours of those. You'll also need a bead for the centre, and that can be a 4mm bead in any shape, round, bicone, rondelle, fire polish, anything that you've got 4mm. And your earring hooks. You'll also need your beading needle and thread, and you're going to need to cut 2 pieces of 18 inches of your beading thread. So first of all you need to pick which colour you want to have here going up to the corners, and which colour you want as your main colour, which is going to be here in between. So get those 2 colours ready, and this colour in the corner we're going to call colour 1, and this one in between we're going to call colour 2. So you're going to start by picking up 2 of colour 1, followed by 5 of your second colour. So we've got this. Now you're going to pick up 2 colour 1, followed by 5 of your second colour. And one more time, pick up 2 of your first colour, followed by 5 of your second colour. Okay, so right now you should have this colour pattern. Slide those down onto your thread. Okay, and slide them all down until you're near to the end of the thread, and you just want to leave 3 or 4 inches, just enough to tie a single knot at the end. Okay, and then you're going to go up through just the very first bead of colour 1, just through the first one. Okay, so now we've got this. So you've got these 3 little pairs of your first colour and then these ones in between. So you should be coming out here, and you're going to pick up 2 of your first colour. And you're going to come out of this one and go straight down through this next one. Okay, so pull that down and keep your tail thread pulled tight so that those 2 stay together, and just make sure they stack nicely on top like that. Now hold your tail thread tight so they don't come loose. Now we're going to move along this side. So now you're using your second colour, so pick up 1 of your second colour. So you're coming out of this purple one here, you're going to skip over 1 and go through the next one. Like that. Picking up another one of that same colour, coming out here, so you're going to skip over 1, go through the next one. Okay, and again, picking up 1, skipping over 1 and going through the next one, which is the first of your next group of 2 of your first colour. Okay, again, keep that tail thread pulled tight because they'll keep trying to come undone down here. Okay, so now you're here between that group of 2, so pick up 2 of your first colour now. Coming out of this one, go straight down through the next one. Make sure that they stack nicely like that. Okay, so now we're going to move along this side, so switch into your second colour, picking up 1, so you're coming out of this purple one, skip over 1, go through the next one. Okay, picking up 1, coming out here, skip over one, go through the next one. Picking up one, skip over one, go through the next one, which is the next one of your first colour. Sure it keeps pulled tight, keep your tail thread pulled tight. So now you're here, so you're going to pick up two of that first colour. Coming out here, you're going to go through the next one. Okay, so you got this. So now we're going along this side, so picking up your second colour, coming out here, skipping over one, going through the next one. Picking up one, skip over one, go through the next one. Picking up one, skipping over one, go through the next one, which is this one here, and up into the one above because it's the end of the row. Okay, now pull that tight and pull your tail thread nice and tight. Okay, and you should have this little triangle now with these three corners with your first colour. So we're going to do one more row, exactly the same, putting groups of two on the corners and fill in the gaps in on the sides. So start with two of your first colour. Coming out of this one, so go straight down through the next one. Like that. Now we're going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4 of your second colour. So picking up one, skipping over one, going through the next one. Picking up one, skip over one, and go through the next one. Picking up one, skipping over one, going through the next one, picking up one, skipping over one and going through the next one, which is the next corner. So now you're going to pick up two of your first colour. Like this. So we're coming out here, you're going to go straight down through the next bead. Okay, and now you're going to travel along this side using your second colour, adding 1, 2, 3, 4 beads till you get to the next corner. Okay, so once you've done that, you should be at your next corner. Now you're going to add those two of your first colour. So coming out of this one, go straight down through the next one. And now fill in the last side with your second colour, adding 1, 2, 3, 4 beads until you get to the end of the row. Okay, and when you add your last bead, like I am here, so I'm coming out of this one, I'm going to skip over that one, go through the next one and the one above, so through the top two because it's the end of the row. And you don't go straight up into the top bead or it's not going to be in line, it's going to kind of drag these beads down. So you're going through the top two at the end of the row. Okay, pull both your threads tight. So now you have this. So now what you need to do is thread your needle onto your second piece of thread and make another one. Exactly the same, like this. And you can put one of them to the side once you've made both. Put one of them to the side and then we're going to carry on working on the other one. So on this one that you're going to carry on working on, we're going to add one extra row to the outside edge, and that's where you're going to use your third colour for the accent colour around the edge. So swap into your third colour, picking up one, coming out here, go straight down through the next one, have this. Now we're going to fill in the side the same as normal, picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads to get to the next side, all with that third colour. So go all the way along to the next side, to the next corner. Okay, and then when you're on the corner again, just add that single bead on the top. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way around, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to the next corner, then add your single bead, fill in the 5 beads on this side, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I'm just adding my last bead, so I'm going to go through that last one and then up into the one above. It doesn't really matter, but so this is what we have. Now we need to travel down into the centre here, so I'm coming out of this one on the top. I'm going to travel down through these 3 purple beads on the corner. So I've travelled down through those 3 purple beads and I'm going to go into this one as well underneath. Okay, so we're here in the centre. If you hold it like this, so the point is pointing downwards, just so that you're like oriented the same way as me, so it doesn't get confusing. Now you're going to pick up your 4mm bead for the centre, and this straight row opposite the bottom point, looking at here, you're going to go into this middle bead, and we're coming out of this side here, so we're going to go into this side, the same side, like that. Pull that through so it sits in the centre. Now you're coming out of this side, you're going to go back down through the bead just added, so it's attached to that bead at the top there on both sides. It's nice and anchored, and now it's attached to this side, so we want to attach it to this side. So this bottom bead at the bottom row here, so you're attached to that one at the bottom of this side, so you're going to go through this one right here. Okay, pull that through, pull it nice and tight, make sure that bead's sitting nicely in the gap. So that's how we make that sit in there. Now we can tie off both of these threads now, so to do that I will most likely just move back up to the side of the piece and tie my knots on the side. So I'll just move along a couple of beads just so that I'm not near that corner. And then to tie a knot, I'll take my needle under the thread that connects the bead that I'm coming out of to the next one. So take your needle right under there, make sure that you're catching that thread under your needle, so that you're tying a knot around that thread. Pull it down, go through the loop a couple of times, pull it down until it tightens, and then move far away from that knot before you cut it. And also you could tie some more knots, you've got a little bit of thread left to do that. So do that with this thread and your tail thread as well. Thread your needle onto here and do the same, and then we'll work on the other half. So once you've cut both your threads off on this one, then you're going to want to tie your thread your needle onto the tail thread on this one, the second one, and cut it off, and tie a knot and cut it off, and then thread your needle onto this final working thread on this second triangle. So then you're going to take both of them and sort of line them up, so your corners matching one of these corners. So we'll say this is the front triangle and this is the back triangle. So on the front one, you're coming out of this bead here at the top. So that last row that we did on this back triangle with that accent colour is the beads we're going to share all the way around. So coming out of this one, you're going to go through that bead right on the point of the back triangle. Okay, now coming into this top bead on the front triangle, the other side. Okay, now I'm going to turn it this way because we're going to work along the side now. So we're coming out here on this front triangle, we're going to go into this next one on the back triangle, followed by the next one on the front triangle, like that. And it's going to zip together. So now they share that accent bead. So now you're coming out of this one, you're going to go through the next one on the back triangle that lines up. So you're coming out here, so it's going to be the next one that lines up. So this bead right here is going to slot in between both triangles, and also through the next one on the front, like that. So that pops into place. So now you're coming out of this one, so you're going to go through the next one on the back and the next one on the front. Now you're coming out here, so you're going to go through the next one on the back and the next one on the front. You're sort of zigzagging all the way along. So back and then front. And into this last bright purple one on the back. And now we're back to the corner, so into that first bead at the top of the next corner. Turn it this way again, so again you're coming out of this one, so you're going to go through this shared one at the top, back into the bead on the other side of that corner at the front. Okay, now you're going to zip along this side, so coming out of this one you're going to go that one, 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 zigzagging all the way along until it's all zipped up. You get to the next corner, then do the same thing again to share that corner bead, and then zigzag all the way along the final side. Okay, so now we've gone all the way around, all the sides are zipped together. So now I'm going to move up into this bead on the top, and that's where I attach my earring hook. I literally just pick it up, don't add any extra beads because I want it to be as simple as possible. Pick that up, and I'm coming out of this side of this bead, so I'll go back into that bead on the other side. Okay, now I'm just going to go through the earring again, through that bead again, and circle through that a few times till I feel like it's secure. So that's all attached. Now, so this bead that we added in the centre, you can see that it's attached to this front triangle, and it's not attached at all to this back one. So if you want to attach it, it's going to pull it kind of into the centre. So like on this one I've attached it to the front and the back, so whichever way around you see the earring, it's sitting like on this one, it's not attached to this side, so it's kind of sitting back, like not right in the centre of the thing. So I'm just going to show you how to attach that. So first of all, obviously figure out which triangle it's not attached to, which is this one for me. So then I'm going to move down into the centre, like that, so I'm right in the centre. So you need to find out where it's attached to on the other side. So if I hold it like this, I can see the threads here, 2 threads here. So if you were coming out here for some reason, you need to move around till you're coming out here where it's attached to on the other side, because that's the way the hole of the bead is. It's only going to work that way. You won't be able to go through the bead that way because the hole's not there. So make sure you're here where it's attached to the other side. So I'm coming out of this same bead that it's attached to on the other side, so I'm just going to go through that pearl. So I've gone through that pearl, now I'm going to attach it. If you remember last time we attached it to that bead right in the centre, so I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go through this one here right in the centre, and then back through the pearl. Okay, and there's just one bead left to attach it to, which is this one on the other side that I haven't already attached it to. Okay, then pull that tight, and now the bead sits nicely on both sides. Now all you need to do is tie a knot with this thread, cut it off, and we're all finished. Okay, so once you've done that, then that's the finished earrings. So this is what they look like. You can do them bigger. All you would do is keep adding more rows to the triangle to make them wider. You can totally do that. Same thing, so just add the 2 beads on each corner and then fill in the side with peyote stitch until you've got like them as big as you want, and then add an extra row to one of them like that, and then you can join them together. So This is what they look like. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like if you did, and comment down below what else you'd like to see, and follow me on Instagram at Beading by Hannah, and don't forget to subscribe to see more of my videos. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye.